Morning. Thursday morning. 6:54 in the AM. $29 out there. We're going to hit a high of 37. There's a chance of snow. Wonderful. And it is windy. Yeah. Gonna be a day today. Grab your cup of Joe. Let's go. Here about 9:30, between 9:30 and 10. Going to be loading up my Uncle Bill in the truck, taking his hind end on back home, because apparently I made him mad with our debate the other night. But you know how you're winning your debate is when they start resulting to insults. And I developed this technique over 66 years of living, and I'm glad I passed it on to my sons also, that I can out-insult anybody. But anyways, so I'm taking him home today. It's going to be another, 6 hours on the road, which don't bother me a bit, because that part of Ohio I know pretty well. And I've already planned where I'm going to have my lunch, at a little spot that Cindy and I would stop at every time we went down to Marietta. And we went to Marietta a lot. We loved that little town. So that's my day in a nutshell. Today our new dryer is coming, which means my wrinkles won't be in my shirts anymore, because they'll be tumble dried instead of hanging dry, like we live in a tenement. So watched. There goes the nose. That's because it is a little chilly out here, and I got the heater fired up. I didn't put a jacket on this morning because, yesterday didn't need a jacket. Go figure. Go figure. Anyways, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I watched Dave's video this morning. Talking about turning your hobby into a job. And he's keeping his eye on me because I took my hobby and I turned it into a job. Kinda. Now that the shop where I went to help out is back on track and caught up with all the work that he ended up with when the big gunsmith shop in the area shut down. I'm kind of in cruise mode. M-O-D-E, mode. Yeah. And I'm still doing for the other shop, by appointment only, which it's a little dry right now, but hunting season is coming up, so and I enjoy that. It's not like you get out of bed at 6 a.m. Got to go punch a time clock. You work on your schedule. So I don't know. I mean, you have a dream of eventually having your own shop and everything. But man, I'm 66 years old, and I put in 41 years of grind already. For instance, my other hobby, when I started restoring and repairing pipes, that was a hobby because I was still working. And then after I retired, we turned up the flame. But it was still cool because I didn't have to leave my house. I just walked out into my garage. And from doing pipes that we would buy at flea markets, antique stores, eBay, and then selling them to actually having y'all send me your stuff to fix, restore. It was still cool because I think mostly because I didn't have to leave the house. And if I got up one day and I didn't feel like doing anything, instead I felt like going out to the antique mall to look around, I could do that. So I don't know. I really don't know. I have a plan in my head. But I just don't know if that's where, if you know what I'm trying to say? If that's where I really want to end up at, is in another get up, leave the house, go to work. So and really, like the pipes, it was fun and it did really good. But if I had turned it into a source of real income, would it been able to sustain the household without having my retirement? And that would have been a no. And I don't know if gunsmithing would sustain, a household. Because eventually, I'm going to be leaving here. And that creates a whole new source of sucking your money dry. Damn, Dave. You make a person think, and now it's like, wow, Dave's got a point. But, I mean, the equipment that I want, that I would want if I opened my own shop, is very pricey. And it would take it would take years for that piece of equipment to pay itself back, pay me back, you know. Now, had I started when I was in my 20s, it would have been a different. I think it would be a totally different story. I sit here and I look. I got totes back here in the back that still have pipes in it that need to be done, but the equipment is no longer here because this is not conducive to running equipment. So I don't know. But as of right now, I'll keep doing what I'm doing by appointment, and if it comes down to I need to use a certain piece of equipment to do a job, I got that outlet now too with the shop that I just finished up with. Life's a ball till it hits you in the nuts. Anyways, I'm gonna finish my coffee. What time we getting on to be? A little after 7. I'm gonna go in and make me a bagel. Wait for about 9:30. Wait for after the morning rush gets done creating havoc out there. I've noticed that every time I'm out and I'm in rush hour traffic, there's always an accident. Any other time, people can drive, but rush hour, they like to run into each other. I don't want them running into me. So I'm waiting to after rush hour, and everything goes good. I'll be getting back home before evening rush hour starts. Crazy. One more thing, then I'm gonna let y'all go, because the other day after I picked my uncle up and we got back on the interstate, and I set the cruise at 78 miles an hour, and we're rolling along, just minding our own business. And my uncle goes, "You get a lot of speeding tickets?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "I don't know." He goes, "Every time I go out, it seems like I'll get a speeding ticket or something." I'm like, "You just got to know how to speed and not get caught. One, you don't be switching lanes constantly. You're maintaining with the flow of traffic." And we passed 3 cops on the way home, And he's looking in the mirror. He goes, is he pulling out? I'm like, no, why would he pull out for? He goes, well, you're kind of pushing it. I said, no. I said, one, the speed limit's 70. They'll give you 75. A couple miles over that, they really not paying attention because you're not piquing their interest. I said, and if I do happen to get stopped, I got my get out of ticket sticker on the back of the truck, and that's where I support the thin blue line. So the last time I got stopped for speeding, which was just he was looking for money. He clocked me at 37 in a 35. But he gave me a seatbelt ticket, because if he would have gave me a ticket, the judge would have threw it out for 37. And then he would have got his hand slapped. But why don't you wear your seatbelt? It's the law. Well, I consider that truck like my house. I paid for it. You're not going to tell me what to do in my house. You're not going to tell me what to do in my truck. And I don't wear a seatbelt. I don't. I am not convinced that seatbelt will save your life. Either you're going to survive your crash or you're going to die in your crash. It don't matter. Okay. Hope you're well. Hope you're safe. Every day's a school day. If you're not learning, you're being left behind. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Wake up. Gonna be one of them days. Nothing's gonna work right.